Greetings and good day, and welcome to Journey Across the Arc, the podcast that looks at the people and services provided by the Arc Allegany-Steuben. I am your host, Gregory DeGraff. Joining me today is Heather Gill,
Hi.
who is the senior specialist for our outreach program. Heather, please introduce yourself.
So my name is Heather Gill. I came to the ARC in February of this year. Prior to being with the ARC, I worked for another local agency where I became credentialed as a family peer advocate. So my initial role in disability support was assisting parents who have children with any sort of disability or special need um, in learning how to navigate the systems that parents have to understand, like IEP meetings and 504s, and teaching parents how to become effective self-advocates for themselves and their children. Uh, the outreach specialist position came open the end of last year, and I was really excited to come to the ARC because it's a much bigger agency and we have a lot more resources. And I thought there was more I could do than just sticking in that one path of my credential.
Apologies if you already covered this. Uh, can you give our listeners an overview of the outreach program and its mission?
Absolutely. So the outreach department is unique to the ARC because we are contract services. So unlike traditional services where it's billed through Medicaid and reimbursed, we get told at the beginning of the year how much money we have for a program, and then our job is to go out and to wisely spend that money to provide the most support to the community that we can. Allegheny and Steuben have different contracts. As the senior outreach specialist, I maintain the contracts here for Allegheny County. So we have our outreach contract, which is the contract I use to educate people on the OPWDD eligibility process and how to get connected to care coordination and other services. I also can use that contract to help people decide whether or not OPWDD is right for them. And I can use that contract to go out in the community and educate educators and social workers and other community partners who may not know how OPWDD works.
Who does the program serve, and what kind of support do you provide to the participants and their families?
So we can serve a variety of people. Each contract has slightly different requirements, so it gets a little bit tedious. But generally speaking, it is people who, children or adults who have an OPWDD qualifying diagnosis, but they haven't gone through the OPWDD eligibility process yet. It might be people who have been given eligibility, but not waiver services. So without waiver services, a lot of OPWDD services aren't available to people, and that's where the family support contracts really come in. And then I also have a mental health contract that I can support adults with some short-term case management. I do everything from direct support out in the community with a program that looks similar to like ComHab. And I also provide short-term case management. I provide assistance with filling out paperwork for things like Social Security, and I do a lot of service referral.
How does your team identify people or families who could benefit from the program?
So that's what makes outreach so unique. Is my job is to actually go out and try to find people who are looking for services, and we do that in a wide variety of ways. I sit on several committees in the community where I am face to face with community partners, and as they are talking about their struggles in their role, I can identify things that way. We also get a lot of referrals from local school districts. They will call me up and they will say, hey, I have this case. Do you think this is something you can help with? And if it is, then they go to our website and go to the intake page and they send an email in and the referral comes to me and I start with the person. People can also come to me directly. So it's not quite as rigorous as our traditional programs. Connecting with outreach can be as simple as just giving me a phone call and asking a question.
What are some of the most common challenges that participants face, and how does your program address them?
So, our program is really kind of built on challenging cases. People that come to outreach, oftentimes, traditional services don't fit for them the way that they're supposed to. So, we run into challenges like not having waiver and not being eligible for waiver, but still needing to find the supports in the community. One of the bigger challenges we have for adults is that in order to get OPWDD eligibility, you have to have a cognitive abilities assessment and an adaptive assessment done within the last 12 months. And we have a massive provider shortage in New York State. So it can be really difficult to find those providers. And we collaborate with care coordination and with our network of community partners to get people to the right support.
How does the program collaborate with other community organizations or services to support people?
So it started out with just like tabling events. So we would go to other events. We would set up a table that had all of our ARC, swag and our information. And I always make it a point when I'm at those events to not just stay at the table. I get up and I go to all the other tables and I meet those other community partners. I have been in a similar role to this now for 3 years. So I've had about 3 years of networking out in the community, kind of getting my name out there that I'm somebody that can help parents and families. So a lot of it is personal relationships, but then we also have these different committees that we sit on. And those committees, they all have different agendas and different purposes. And we try to assist our partner agencies with their programs and their goals, and they do the same for us.
If someone listening thinks the outreach program could help them or a loved one, what is the best way to reach out?
So we have an intake page on our website. And when you go to that intake page, there's a form on there that you can fill out that just gives the basic information. And then my supervisor would call you and start the intake process. There's also an email right on that page, and you can do the same thing by email. And for people out in the community, other providers that might want to utilize that step, please send any supporting documentation right to that intake email.
What has been the most rewarding part of your work with the outreach program?
About 2 years ago, I was at a family fun day type event, doing a tabling event, and I was having a conversation with several other community partners. And the question came up, are we making a difference systemically? Are we helping actually change the narrative in Allegheny County for people with disabilities and mental health issues and addiction, or are we just plugging holes? Coming to the ARC and joining this department and the directives that we were given by our senior leadership in this department to listen to the community and adapt to the needs of the community, we've been given the ability to start actually chipping away at some systemic issues and making bigger strides towards helping people in our communities than I ever could have dreamed of when I started in this career. This is not an easy role. There's a lot of switching between different tasks and different contracts and different types of job from day to day. But at the end of the day, we've positioned ourselves to be able to make some meaningful change, not just for individuals, but for the community as a whole. And I'm really excited to see that unfold.
If you could leave our listeners with one message about the outreach program, what would it be?
That everybody deserves support. And it is hard to find that support because eligibility requirements all over the place. our outreach program allows us to reach more people because we have slightly less restrictive requirements to helping people. It is always okay to call and ask. It is always okay to submit an email and just have a conversation with myself or my supervisor. Even if we are unable to enroll you in one of our programs, we can listen, we can offer suggestions, we can connect you with other resources. Never be afraid to reach out for help. That is what we're here for.
All right. Well, if someone else wants to learn more or get in touch with the outreach program and the ARC, Allegany-Steuben, what is the best way to do so?
So I think right now it's definitely going to be that intake email. That is the most direct way to my supervisor and to get connected to one of us. I am located at Shine. Anybody can call my work phone directly at any time.
Okay. Well, Heather Gill, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. I really enjoyed this. I did have one more little snippet I wanted to add today, if that's okay.
Sure, go ahead.
So we are hiring in the outreach department.
Huh?
And you can go right to the ARC's website, to the career page to see the full job description. What we're really looking for most out of an outreach specialist is somebody who is motivated by helping people. Most of the rest can be taught. It's a desire to make a difference and to help people and to show up every day, not knowing what your day is going to bring you and being willing to roll with it. If you are at all interested, please, again, don't hesitate to reach out or to go right to the ARC's career page, and it's the outreach specialist.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. And if you wish to learn more about the ARC Allegany-Steuben, check out our other episodes. Thank you for joining me today, and we will see you on the next journey across the arc. Farewell.